We're on part 3 of this special 3-parter Whiteboard Wednesday all about Facebook ads. Hi, I'm Sam Ashdown from Firewave. We finally got to part 3. So you've done the campaign bit, you've done the ad set bit, and now comes the exciting bit, creating the actual ad, the bit you've been looking forward to all the way through this process. You might have thought it was never going to come. And then you get all these questions. There's 4 things you've got to fill in. And you think, well, which bit is what and how do I do it? So I'm here to try and make it simple for you. The lovely Tilly has drawn me a nice picture here. You may not be able to read her writing, but it's actually better than mine, so we're going to stick with it. So number 1 is primary text, so it's what is your ad about, what you're going to grab people with. The headline is the main point of your ad, so think of this as kind of body copy and then the headline itself, like in a newspaper. And then the description, which is actually optional, you don't have to put the description there, which tells people why you're going to click on the link. So not quite what Tilly's actually put there. It's the reason to click on your link. And then the call to action, what is the best to use? You've forgotten the actual image as well, so there's 5 things altogether. So the number 1 tip I would give you at this point is, because it's not obvious which bit is which as you're typing, and the ad appears live on the right-hand side as you're doing it, which is really useful. So make sure you're in a good broadband area, because you want to make sure you can see it live as soon as you write in a word. So you know which bits are going to disappear, which one's going to give you the ellipsis, the ... etc. So I type in primary text, headline, and description into those sections, because then I can see which one's which, because it's not actually that logical until you can see it, and then you can type over it. So that's my number 1 tip on that. Secondly, you don't have to use the description. We quite often don't use the description. Thirdly, your call to action does have to be an actual URL, but it doesn't have to be the URL that you want people to go to. So you put in a hidden URL into Facebook, and then you can put a different URL into the call to action URL. So what I tend to do, let's say I'm running a webinar. So we might put in firewave.co.uk/webinar. And that doesn't have to be where I want people to click to, because in the hidden line, I'll put the long URL, which is the title of the webinar. So Facebook knows where I want people to go to, but what I want displayed might look a little bit different. The headline, we tend to call people out on the headline. So we might say, are you, is this? It's usually a question, and that tends to grab people's attention more. You know, who lives in a house like this would be a great title, for example. And then the image itself, and as I said in the first video, it might be in the second video, about choosing the right image and making sure that it's the first one, wasn't it, because we talked about A/B testing. What we do is we tend to set up 3 different images. In fact, we quite often set up 9 different ads, which will be 3 different images, 3 different headlines, and 3 different descriptions. But you can't change everything at once, because if you've got ad A, B, and C, and each part of the ad is completely separate from each other and different, then one ad wins. You don't know what won. Was it the headline, was it the description, or was it the image? So I would go with 3 different images, same headline, 3 different images, different, same description, etc. So that you've got probably 9 different images and 9 different kind of combinations, so you know what wins. And it's usually the headline that makes more difference than the image, but not always. So definitely do test it. And that's what it looks like there, and it does appear live as you're typing it in on the ad level, so you can make adjustments to it at that point. And when you're ready, you can either save it as a draft, or you can just publish it and go. Our suggestion is that if you're going to publish it and go, do it in the evening, about 7 o'clock at night, because then by the morning you'll have some decent stats to work with to decide whether you actually want to just kill one of the images completely or start changing text headlines and that kind of stuff at that point. So if you wake up in the morning and it's a bit disappointing, then you can start making some change at that point. And that's it. You now are a Facebook ad expert. Well done. So thank you for watching this 3-set Whiteboard Wednesday all about Facebook ads. Facebook ads is a crucial part of any marketing, and particularly for independent estate agents, to get your message out far and wide. And so this is something we teach as part of the Academy, and the Academy comes as part of the package you get as a Firewave member. Now, Firewave membership is only available to exclusive areas, so if you want to find out whether your area is available, all you need to do is go to this URL here, and we'll put it in the comments too, fire-wave.co.uk/start. If your area is available, we can have a chat. If it isn't, we might offer you a waitlist place. But do make a start and go to start right now, and let's get you learning all about Facebook ads and lots more.